wish I could read my keyboard. Okay, got it. You are live. Bartok, 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 Bartok. People, welcome to Bar Talk. Let's see. Let's get us going here, and then we'll be ready to go. Uh, uh, uh.
Okay, wait. You're about to work.
Steve
Okay, should be good to go.
All right. All right. Welcome. All right. Welcome to Bar Talk. I'm your host, Brandon T.
I'm sure is.
Yes. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff. Let people know what you're doing and how you're doing it and so forth. Let's get into what these topics I've been hearing about here recently. You know what I'm saying? I was like, there's a term for some stuff out here that, you know what I'm saying? The term, the funny thing about this term, y'all, is this is, you know what I'm saying? Is people it's been said by people, but it's like a term that you would notice back in you know what I'm saying, like high school days and so forth. That's how far this term goes back and so forth. It might even be middle school, you know what I'm saying, but somehow it's being rejuvenated and put out there. You know what I'm saying? It's called the ick, and I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? So when she brought me to this thing, she said, "Yeah, the ick," and I was like, "That's a random person. What is the ick?" And they was like, "Oh, I got a whole story about this." And I was like, "Oh, this is a thing." Everybody had their whole ick story and so forth. It was, I mean, it was deep. I'm over here like, one person was telling me about it. I'm like, really? Does that actually what? It was the story was so like I had to pull up. I'm like, do tell and so forth. I'm gonna tell you some of, but Sharice, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Have you have your ick stories? Have you ever have you, matter of fact, not your personal ones. Have somebody that you know shared their ick story with you?
There's all kind of ick stories.
And
Everybody
so
has an ick story.
I mean there's some outlandish ones. Outlandish and so forth. Have yours been outlandish?
No, mine are not outlandish. They're little small things that instantly gave me the ick.
Oh, so
I
you
mean,
so
I don't think ick has to be outlandish. It can be very small, and then it's like, ew, no.
oh okay. So okay. I can see that, and then and two, I'm gonna add this. That the ick. I know I heard a lot of stories about women saying what the ick they got from other people, but I'm gonna say this: there is a lot of ick in both sides. There's a lot of things that we men look at women and go, hmm. I guess that we would shoot back to middle school and say ick, but we have it's we oh so we do new school turn offs and so forth. We're gonna go a
Okay,
different
I want
direction.
to hear some of these men icks because this is the first I'm hearing about a man's ick, but
See,
I
that's what I
really want to
said.
hear some.
See that? See, women don't realize that they do it. And I'll put this out here before we go into these stories and so forth. I'll put this out here. A lot of the icks y'all get are a reaction to the icks that we got from y'all, and y'all don't like the reaction we
But
going in.
okay. We define an ick differently, but just give me some examples.
Okay, example. you invite me over to your house, right? You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And I walk in the door and it's not as clean as it should be. And I know that you know what I'm saying, your house is, you know, so you're a woman. So I would assume, and this is maybe where I'm going wrong at in my assumption, but I would assume that your house should be cleaner than mine and so forth. I would assume. I would assume and so forth. Somebody that grew up that didn't really was made to clean like that and so forth. It was kind of a, you know what I'm saying, around the
See, that
edges and
and
so
now
forth.
it's funny to me. Men could be judgmental about a woman's house, but expect her to be somewhere in your little dirty house. Okay.
No, no, see, I understand it's a double standard. I do. Trust me, I understand it more than you know it's a double standard. Because, but it ain't a double standard that I created. It's a double standard that society created and so forth. That
That
women, you know, that women's gonna clean better and so forth than a man. So that double standard was created, well, not with me. I'm
that
sorry,
is
I
so
didn't create it.
unfair because I've been to men's houses that have been like totally just disgusting. This ain't even like who's better. This is you won't do nothing. My house is clean in
No, you didn't catch
comparison.
me on the right week. You know,
Period.
so cleaning is next week. You know, so and so
Cleaning ain't
forth.
next week. It's never.
But like I said though, that in turn gives me, you know what I'm saying, if I come in your house and so forth. So I understand, you know what I'm saying? Cause if everybody realizes, now think with me, people. I'm a and this ick right here is like I come in the door. So from the door to the to you get to like the main living space, that's normally clean or it's cluttered and so forth. I would say that, you know what I'm saying, if I walk in and the first bunch of stuff and there's a bunch of stuff piled over here, piled over there, and piled over here and there and so forth, I then in turn, you know what I'm saying, you start to lose me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And then as I go into the more, you know what I'm saying, the living space is and it's dirty, more than my like I said, I probably have a higher threshold of as a man of clutter. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't didn't go hard on the cleaner. So my threshold of clutter, but if you breach my threshold of clutter, you know what I'm saying, that's a turn off. That's it. That would be a and so forth. And so yes. I know double standard. I know I trust me. Trust me when I say it, I
You
understand
have a
that
right to feel how you feel. If you get an ick, ladies, listen to this. If a man is already telling you, he's a man telling you he gets an ick when he comes into your house and it's not, I don't know what you expect, picture perfect, whatever it is.
showroom ready. Showroom ready. But nah, I know. I understand life happens, and I'm not saying that, you know, saying your house need to be showroom ready, like putting one of them magazines so forth. I'm just saying that my threshold of uncleanliness is you know what I'm saying is a little high and so forth. And if you breach that, then that's a problem.
Yeah, but I bet you would still hang out with her and probably something else,
Oh,
regardless of her little dirty house.
hey, I am pretty sure I will look around the room really good before anything else happens.
Yeah, but I bet it
You
will
know
happen.
what? I think you know next time you come by the crib.
See, but you still like her. You
I
still will.
it no it depends. Now the next gauge is the house and the car. I'm looking at your house and your car, inside of your car, not what you drive. It's how you drive. And it's if it's more cluttered there, then you know, so I don't think we are going to go anywhere other than where we're gonna go.
But see, that's the difference though. When a woman gets an ick, it's over. It's like she does not like you anymore. You not getting none. You might not even get another date. Probably gonna end this date early. She don't like you anymore. She might waste some more of her time because she got a little time to give, but past that, she's not gonna get over that ick. She's not. She's not gonna get over that.
Oh, okay. All
That's the
right.
difference
So
between men and women.
okay. So give me one of these. Give us an example of one of these icks that you know what I'm saying you that make you be ready to dive out of the situation.
Well, okay, because me and my friends, I love my whole real true stories. friend of mine met a guy, and he had an issue, and I'm gonna change it a little bit. He had let's say an issue with his teeth that she didn't notice. Stop smiling. That she didn't notice that when they met. To me, a little hard for me not to see this because it's in the face. Like you really should have been looking at this person's face to notice whatever this issue you became later gave her the ick. Once she saw that and realized it, she didn't like him anymore.
What happened?
It was
What
just
what what what
over.
what did she see that turned her off about this man's appearance?
The teeth were not the way they were supposed to look, and somehow she didn't notice this at first, but when she noticed it, it was ick, and it was no romantic connection after the ick. And that's what I'm saying. When a woman gets the ick, there's no more romantic connection. Matter of fact, I could have liked you a lot, and for me, icks can even come in dumb stuff you say.
Yeah. We I talk behind this right here, and we good. As soon as I drop it down, and you see I got a few missing. You know what I'm saying? You turn off.
Turn off. She didn't like him anymore. Matter of fact, the bad thing is with women, we gonna give you a nickname. So
What?
let's say you gonna get a nickname. We ever talk about
Okay.
shoved mouth? You getting ready to be called teeth, mouth, snaggletooth, muck mouth. We gonna start talking about you. And so, because she's gonna tell her friends what the ick was, and we getting ready, or let's say you got ugly feet. Do we go? Did you see ugly feet? Did you see feet today? Did you see toe?
Oh
You know,
no.
you tell me. Whatever that is, we get ready to make that his name, and
Okay.
we're gonna remain constant. We so much to the point we'll forget his real name was Donald. Okay, Donald getting ready to become toe or mouth or buck tooth or whatever it's getting ready to be. And she doesn't like him anymore. And plus, it's hard to like somebody after your friends done gave him a nasty nickname.
Right. I got you. Okay, so it could be a physical appearance. What about I guess conversational can turn you off about a person, and what does it normally go? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say that I think the conversational thing is more of a universal turn off than anything. Because I'm gonna say this if. And I'm pretty sure, Sharice, you would agree with this. If you're sitting down talking to somebody, you know what I'm saying, and you're discussing your problems, that you're having, and all your problems have a dollar figure that solves them all,
Oh, okay.
and so forth.
I see
You know what
where
I'm
you're
saying?
going.
You know what? You might have turned me off. If every one of your problems we talk about has a dollar figure,
My
it ain't.
lights about to get turned off. I need you.
It's something.
Hint,
It,
hint.
it, yeah. And
My
I'll help
nails,
you with your.
they sure looking bad. I might need my nails done soon. Hint, hint. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, all those type of things. Now I understand we everybody life be life and for everybody and so forth. And now we want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, your job and so forth, or we want to talk about how to handle your, you know what I'm saying, a relationship thing with, you know what I'm saying, with family members or friends and so forth. I'll help you with that. Let's talk through it. So forth. Or any issue that you're having without a dollar figure. But if you lead off of, you know what I'm saying? You talking about this now, your car needs this thing and so forth. And as you're describing, this thing is gonna break, and you looking over there trying to determine whether, you know what I'm saying. If you think I'm looking to count my wallet right now to help you and so forth. That's like I
What
said.
if
That's a
it's like she's never done this before? Are you gonna be willing to help then? Like you've been
no,
dating this
no.
woman 8 months and she's never ever done this before.
No. Okay, so now we got some time in. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying,
okay.
and then
This is
and then it
new
turns
stuff.
into and then it turns into you know what I'm saying that. But you also got to gotta look that people prime the pump for a lot of things. You know what I'm saying, throw a little stuff out there and don't throw it out there. Say it and pass it and see if it happens, and then you build up to the you know what I'm saying the big ask, if you would say. And so, you know, so that's a, you know, what I'm saying one of that could be a turn off. It just depends on, you know, what I'm saying how well you know the person, how well the person, how well you know their resume, and so forth, how they normally handle things. So that's a, you know, what I'm saying ick thing for me, and so forth. So what's your next ick thing?
I dated a guy, and I liked him a lot. I did. I liked him a lot, but it didn't matter. The minute he said this to me, because he was a Christian, I'm a Christian, and he said, "Don't make me your God." I
Oh,
was instantly offended, and I instantly didn't like him anymore. As a matter of fact,
you
couldn't
love me
stand
too
him after
much.
that.
You love me too much. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You
I was
don't
like,
love
this
me
fool
so
is
much.
crazy. It really is like you have got to be effing crazy, okay? If you really think that I like you so much that I would put you above God. I was like, I'm doing way too good of a job of liking him or letting him know I like him. And I instantly didn't like it, gave me the ick so bad that I instantly didn't like him anymore.
Okay,
He
that
probably
makes
didn't even
sense.
know that that's what happened. That I instantly was like you are
He knows
fooling
now if you
yourself.
watching.
Huh?
He knows now if you watching.
He might be watching. I don't know. Yeah, he might be watching, but that's what happened. In case you are watching, okay? You said that, and then I was like, "Ick."
Yeah. So I want to share a story about what you're saying. Like I said, I've been probing these eight questions and so forth, and I heard this one a while ago. And it fits this story. So tell me, please. So that you met a guy, and y'all have hung out in in different areas before. So y'all and the person, you know what I'm saying, just kind of, you know what I'm saying, says that, they like to cuddle. You know what I'm saying? I just sit on the couch and cuddle, watch TV and so forth. That seems harmless enough, right?
Depends. But go ahead.
Yeah. So in this wanting to cuddle, that's my thing I like to do. I like to, sit watch TV, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Netflix and chill or whatever. Or and then have a, nice cuddle session. And so you finally go to said person's house and say, okay, we watch TV or whatever. And they got this whole like thing that says I only cuddle in this particular thing and so forth. And they got this whole couch thing that, you know what I'm saying, it's only for the cuddling and so forth. Would that in turn, give you the ick?
Wait a minute. They got a cuddle outfit.
A cuddle
Oh,
couch.
a cuddle
Cuddle
couch.
couch. Yes.
First of
And the
all,
person, funny thing, you said nicknames. That person with nickname Cuddle. So, well, I can't remember his name, but he was
it became cuddles.
Cuddle Couch was a part of his name.
I told you we gonna give you some nicknames. You gonna be cuddles. So so she got him cuddles after that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
cuddles had a cuddle couch. And
yeah,
probably cuddles had a cuddles plan.
yeah.
No, that if we are in a relationship, and progressed, it's kind of like that money thing because a lot of people don't like to be touched by strangers like that, and they definitely don't want. I mean, cuddling, especially on a couch that's made for cuddling, is your whole body is next to my whole body. I don't know about. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
could
cause
give a person, especially if they are not sure if they like you yet,
right.
that can give them the ick.
Yeah,
Now,
cause
if they
like
like you, then that no problem.
so
You
I'm
ain't gonna
understanding the
get a
person,
nickname.
he kind of threw it out there in passing, like threw it out there, dropped it, left it alone, like I like dropped it off. Oh, well, I'm order my drinks now. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those throw it in there, and then when the opportunity
And that
arrives,
sounds like a sneaky way of saying I'm gonna get you to your house, to my house. We can Netflix and chill and have sex. That's what that sounds like. We're gonna cuddle and then watch a couple of movies before I start putting the moves on you. No, no, thank you. Cuddles.
right, right, yeah. So that. Yeah, so like I said, though, that was I thought that was interesting. And then when like I said, when you brought up the nicknames, I'm like, you know what? You got a
So,
nickname. You did
so
get a nickname.
it
Cuddle,
was just validating
cuddle,
my point.
yeah, cuddle couch John or something. It was some.
I told you we gonna give you a nickname so quick. You're gonna be toe. He had an ugly toe. He gonna be toe from now on.
Yeah.
So
But like I said, on these ick things though, I mean, I guess it like I said, they all like turn offs and so forth. And and I guess that, you know what I'm saying, y'all women maybe express the ick better. Cause y'all formulated in that because I think that y'all stop messing with a person you like you just said completely if y'all do get the ick from them. You done. You don't like them no more for whatever reason.
It's
You know,
completely over. And it could be even a person touching you that you didn't want to touch you. Like, I don't know if I like you enough to hold your hand. And now you hold my hand, and I'm thinking, ick. Like,
mm,
I don't want you holding my hand. It could be I had another guy, just a friend of mine, but I could see how if he tried to date me, it would be ick. Because he would go, we always went to lunch. We were good
okay.
friends. We always went to lunch, and he chewed with his mouth open and he talked
Oh.
with food in his mouth, and it was really kind of disgusting. So it was
Right.
just very disgusting. Like, does he know he does that? Do you do that on dates? Cause ick. So, we get ick, and then you don't. If you were a friend, you're never gonna graduate. Although it's hard for a woman who thinks friends that graduate you to a boyfriend anyway. And
Mm,
then do something crazy that we already got an ick, and you are never getting out of the friend zone if we ever see you again. We cut you off. We don't like me. I'll cut you off on an ick for real. I'll cut you off. I don't like you no
really.
more.
Done
I
talk. Don't talk to them. Don't ain't interested in nothing else from them. If you get
you
that, you
never
get
get
that.
redeemed. You can't redeem the
Really,
ick.
there's no way to come back from that.
There's no redemption. No,
Is it levels to it, or is it everything is the same?
no. There's not a ick. Ick is the level. It's just
Hold up,
what.
peoples. Put in the comments. Is there any levels to the ick for women? You know what I'm saying? Is it just done completely? You know what I'm saying? I think for us men, you know what I'm saying, there's levels to it, you know what I'm saying?
No,
And they're
I
not
don't think there's levels to men. I think you all will still smash an ick. That's the difference between a man and a woman. A woman is
depends on
not
how
going to
house or
smash
dirty
her
is.
ick.
Depends
What?
on how dirty her house is. If her
I
house
don't
is
care.
too
You
dirty,
invite her to your house and smash her. Okay? She gonna come over here. We can, but you ain't going back over there.
nah,
But for
can't go back over there. You know what I'm saying?
no,
And
and
also
I get
too,
that.
depends on how fresh she is. Fresh, 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 fresh.
But that's a
That's an
whole
ick.
nother ick.
That's an ick. That's an ick for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's an ick
But
for every, well, for
yeah,
I
but
mean, you gotta be
I
some
think
kind
that's
of desperate.
universal. That's universal.
Yes, that fresh is a universal ick. If you not so fresh, it's an ick, and then the thing about that kind of ick, it never goes away in your mind. Like you can
Never,
never
never, never, never.
unfresh smell that. You will never get past that. It's always gonna be a thought in your mind, like ick.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you these icks, and I'm gonna say this. You know what I'm saying? I remember long time ago, and I'm gonna say it long because it's long. Probably about what's it? What year is it? 24, 25? It's probably
25 now.
10 years. Probably 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Used to frequent strip clubs a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Break the monotony of the week or whatever. And there was one girl in there that so they work it out. You know what I'm saying? And I know you looking at it like, yo, go to strip club. You have a you know what? I took a girl to the club with me, and she was like, "Okay, these girls are working too hard for the money." And so for her whole opinion changed the whole thing, and so forth. I guess she was looking at it from the standpoint of them what they were doing. But anyway, so you know what I'm saying. So it gets warm, you dance or whatever. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Little musks and so forth. And the funny thing about that is, you know what I'm saying. I seen this girl out somewhere else. One of the girls that and so forth. And I was like a bar or something, regular
She
bar.
a person. She go out regularly.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. But the muscle was there too.
Oh, she still had the funk
Yeah, it came with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
outside of
oh,
work.
yeah, and oh, that turned me off completely. I was like, I didn't talk to you again. I'm like, why is what I'm saying? You clocked out right now? I know you look like you
I was gonna
regular
give her a
clothes.
pass.
And it was right there. You know what I'm saying? It was she standing there like, oh yeah, da, da, da. And then it was standing right beside her. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, you see this?
All
Yeah. So like I said, so that's a big ick for. I think that's universal because I'm pretty sure if a guy, what I'm saying, maybe you might give a pass. He can just got off work. You know what I'm saying? He look like he working and so forth. And would you give him a pass for that? I guess if it don't come, I guess if you don't clean up past it, I guess you would give him an ick for what I'm saying, not smelling too fresh.
Listen, I've dated guys who worked in those kind of environments. the thing I know learned about them is most of them will say, I just got off work. I haven't had a chance to shower. See, that's a pass on an ick. Cause they know they got an issue. Versus somebody who's acting like they don't smell it, they don't know, they don't think it's there. I think if somebody is gonna greet you with the look, I won't hold you that tight because I just got off work, or I want to get too close to you. I just got off work, and you're like, forget that. Come here. That's not an ick. But the person who's acting like they don't understand that they smell, it's a big ick. I will say this: years ago, and I mean this is a long time ago, longer than your 10 years. I was when this is why I don't online date too, because this disgusted me. So it was way
Okay.
before I even got married. So a guy said that he was dating a young lady he had met online too, and it didn't work out. So I always like to say, hey, why didn't it work out? So then he said,
That's a
well, she
loaded
had
question.
what?
I said that's a loaded question. Why it didn't work out?
I'm gonna ask because I'm being nosy, and
Okay.
and I want to know. It gives me insight on that person. So he said well, after me, he talked about it a couple times, and I finally said, well, why didn't it work out? And he said, well, she had an older, and I was like, oh, okay, so she had an older, it didn't work out. So then I think I came back to it like either the next conversation, not in this same conversation, I came back to it at some point. And I never met this person in person, for the record. Never met him in person, I just talked to him on the phone. But I came back to why he didn't work out with the other girl. And when he said she had an older, I was like, oh, well, she had an older. And I was like, so did you still get down with her? Now, see, this is when you lie and say, nah, that
Nah.
older, and I didn't. I mean, he would have been better off because the minute he said he did something with her is when I got the ick. And it might been okay if it was oh, yeah, I had sex with her once, but it was like I think he said he had sex with this girl a couple of times, so you knew she smelled,
Nah,
and you
hey, she got the shower though. I made sure I got the good soap and all that stuff. That water in my shower, good or that. She, you know, what I'm saying she was humming a little bit, but I put
you threw in the
had it right
shower
there
and
to know.
sprayed her down.
Yeah,
I don't care. I got the ick. I got the ick because you were willing to sleep with the person who smelled more than once. Maybe the first time you didn't know she smelled, but
you
the
didn't
second
know
time
because yes, right,
you should have been like the ick on her. So now I got the ick on you. Somebody in this equation is getting the ick, and it's gonna be you. Now you're the ick because I was like ick, and I didn't ever want to meet him, and I never met him in person.
right. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I got this. I got another story that you said. Like I said, I got some more stories. I was interviewing and so forth. So, would you feel some type of way? You know, what I'm saying you went to somebody's house and they have like bunch of hunting stuff up, hunting like crossbows and all these
What?
different things. Would you in turn, you know, what I'm saying get the, you know, what I'm saying the ick from that? That turn you off, or are you intrigued about what you're seeing?
Hunting stuff like guns, crossbows. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Dead
like
animals?
crossbows, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just on the wall. So, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Be right here.
you do know I lived in Louisiana. That's
No,
just a
I
thing
do.
down here.
That's why I'm asking. Since you live in an area that you know what I'm saying people eat, you know what I'm saying, roadkill and stuff like that. So I was like, would that turn you off or give you the ick or you would think, oh, let me see that.
Today, no. Back in the day, it might have concerned me and would have made me uncomfortable. Maybe not the ick, but uncomfortable because I wasn't used to, prior to living in Louisiana, I was not used to seeing guns laying on tables and out in the open and things like that. I didn't grow up with guns in my house. So it was uncomfortable until I realized it was just a way of life down here. So probably not today, but maybe back in the day. And I don't know if that's an ick versus it just makes me uncomfortable.
Right. No, I got it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That level of comfortability and so forth. I do believe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think that would
Well,
just make me uncomfortable.
yeah. And then, like I said, there's, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, people, you know what I'm saying? It could just, it's a turn off, right? And then, so there's a list of items that, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go over some of these that, you know what I'm saying, from a male's perspective, looking at women, what could be a turn off?
All right, go with
All
your
right,
list.
the overly clingy person could be an ick. Overly clingy.
Yeah.
Now that's all. That's person specific though. Some people are like that. Some men like that. You know what I'm saying? She own me. You own me. And so and then some like that. Like no, back up. You know, say back up.
But
And so
define over clingy. She texting all day. She ringing your
texting
phone.
all day.
What does that mean?
Yeah, she texting. She texting all day. You know what I'm saying? She doing. She you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Want to take up all your free time and so forth. You know what I'm saying? You got your 8, 9 hours at work, whatever, and she needs your break. She needs your breaks and your lunch break,
Oh, okay.
and so forth. And yep, and so she's pretty much suffocating you. You can't go nowhere without her, and so forth. And why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And so that's in there. And then you know what I'm saying. And then the women that are self doubters, the negative Nancy's, and so forth. Everything, the sky is falling everywhere. That's a turn off, and so
Okay.
forth. Would you agree with that one, Reese?
I don't
That
like
the
negative people anyway. Any negative person, out male or female, gonna give me the ick. If you're a complainer, a whiner. I'm not gonna be around you anyway.
then you got the demanding people. I need this now and I need this later and so forth. Those people are, you know what I'm saying. I think that's a turn off. I think that's universal right there. You know what I'm saying?
They would,
Hey, Trees, go in there, cook my pork chop sandwich or 2 light breads and so forth. Go do that now.
we wouldn't get
See,
past a date though. We wouldn't get far for you to be knowing I could even cook a pork chop sandwich. But go
I
ahead.
don't know if they ain't actually be cut or not. I need you to figure it out about look like grandma's. It might be a
Well, the
light
minute
skinned
I
pork
see
chop.
that that's your character, that would be it. But go ahead.
All right, so that's one there. And then the manipulative people, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They try to frustrate you. You know what I'm saying? I know some people play coy and so forth. I understand that, but too much of coyness is a frustrating thing. It's a turnoff. Would you
I
say?
mean, I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. Manipulative and coy.
Yeah, be playing coy, like you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You ain't interested in what I'm interested in, and but you interested in, but you over there playing like you ain't interested in, and so forth. And we playing this game around and around and around and so forth.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so that's a turnoff. So what you would that thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a turnoff. Let's see, the lack of effective communication and so forth. I think that is definitely a turn off and so forth. And I will say that, you know what I'm saying, over my adult life, I, you know what I'm saying, have had meaningless conversations about stuff like, why are we talking about this? I say this and it's like nothing. But I'm like, yo, some ratchet TV. Oh, snap. Have you seen this at the Thursday? Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, so that's a turn off for me. And so forth. I don't know about you. You might like the action, but
Yeah.
that's you know what I'm saying that's a you know what I'm saying it depends. You know what I take some of it in moderation. I take that in moderation and so forth. And see, and then somebody that's doesn't take a personal accountability. Now, and that's in this conversational wise and so forth. I don't know, like I said, you know what I'm saying, asking people about their past situation and what they did and did not do correctly or wrong and so forth. What to get them to say, hey, I did this or that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they was a perfect person. It was just the other side. You know what I'm saying? That's a red flag and you know what I'm saying, you turn off.
Oh, we done graduated from icks to straight turn off.
Right, like I said,
Although
ick is a
it's
turn.
very
So yeah,
similar.
ick is a middle school term, and a turn off is a you know say an older term.
Yeah, we just graduated. We just went back to ick, but yeah, very similar. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it for my list, my little short list. You know, I can
Okay,
go for
so
days.
let me see, because I said I was gonna do mine off the top of my head.
Go.
One, people who you go on a date and they just talk about themselves
Mm.
constantly, to where
You know I'm the greatest
they
thing
don't
ever.
ask you any questions.
I'm great.
They what?
I'm greatest thing ever. Sliced bread.
yeah,
Yeah.
as soon as they, you say something that's back to me, that's a turn off, and that's an instant ick. Like I talked to some guy, and he told me his life story in all the 30 minutes, but he couldn't tell me how to spell my name correctly, or even if he was saying it correctly, because he didn't know a thing about me. And that was a turnoff. That 30 minutes of him rattling on about himself, instant turnoff. Um, Cheap men. No, no woman wants to date a man. Yes, yes.
Ooh.
Cheap, cheap, cheap man, Brandon.
Ooh.
If
Oh my God.
you
Hold up. Now why my wallet gotta be a part of this conversation?
Because nobody wants to look at, okay, if we have a future, am I gonna have to fight you for Pampers for the baby? No. Nobody wants to do that. Or you somewhere talking about get the generic ones or something, and they're like
The
those
same thing. It's a store brand. They make it all the same. It's the same
may not be
factory.
the same thing. Depends on what it is. Nobody wants a cheap man. They so tight that you can't even think about a future with them, because how you gonna get that? They ain't gonna spend no money. Um, so a man who doesn't want to help out. You think a woman's supposed to just do everything? That's a turn off. Nobody's gonna be in a marriage, work a job, and you work a job, and then you still expect them to do all the housework, the cooking, the cleaning, and all of that. Ladies, if that's what's happening before you get married, that's what's gonna happen when you get married. That's a turn off.
Right. Right. Okay.
So, low emotional intelligence. For
Mm.
me, the minute I try to have a conversation with somebody and I understand that they're getting ready to check out, walk off, they don't have time, we can't talk, and and it's not that, because some men I know will come back and say, "Hey, I don't have time right now. Can we talk about this tomorrow or later when I get back?" And they'll actually come back and talk about it. I truly have a lot of respect for men who do that, because that's a person I can say it's got emotional intelligence to say, I know you said you wanted to talk. What is it? Versus a man who, anytime you look like it's getting ready to be a conversation, he out the door and you are never going to have that conversation. And you don't have to worry, because the minute you do that to me, I'm not coming back to the conversation. As a matter of fact, we don't ever have to have no conversations about what's wrong after that, because I don't care, and I don't like you anymore now. I'm on the it for real when I see that I can't have a conversation with you about something how I feel.
Right.
Deal with it. And I think that kind of covers the major stuff for women. But there are other little ick things that can happen. Somebody, I don't know, cross-eyed it, and you ain't know they was cross-eyed it. You can get the ick.
They cross-eyed it. No, they cross-eyed it,
somebody,
huh?
somebody got, you ain't know they had on a toupee, and y'all get home and he taking his hair off. Mm-mm. We got a client right now at work that I constantly call that man toupee. And it's funny because my boss know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the toupee pay his bill, and then she's
Oh,
like,
snap.
no. So yeah, I'm really good about talking about people and giving people names when I don't like you. If I like you, I'm never gonna do that to you.
Mm,
But if I don't like you, you're gonna get a name.
mm.
Um, but I mean, icks can come. I guess my point is, and it can come on big things, and it can come on small things too.
Gotcha. Icky. So
Yeah.
cool. So people, that's the icks. Put in the comments what your
That's
icks are and
the
so
icks.
forth. So Sharice, what do you have for us today?
You know what? I really don't have anything. It's cold. I
Bundle
swear
up,
it's
people.
cold.
Bundle up. You know
I
what?
will say this. It snowed here Saturday or Friday, whatever day. And
Did you
I
get
like
snow?
my little cute high-heeled boots. Okay? I've been, rocking my little high-heeled boots ever since fall into winter, right up to that snow. So you better have some other boots ready when it snows. Because you can't put them little cute high-heeled boots on out in that snow, because you're
Right.
gonna mess them up. They're gonna get some salt all over them, some snow all over them. So you better have some get ready for snow winter shoes, and then you can switch into your little cute boots when you get to work. But you better have those flat boots Instead of them high heel puppies, as you go out there, especially at my age, you don't want to fall. Stuff don't go back where it came from when you fall
Right.
at a certain age. So yeah, I bet you I had on some flat riding boots today though, because it's cold and that was slick.
Right. And then with that, I'll tell you, suppose it snowed here, but it was so disappointing. It snowed for about a good 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Or
Did y'all
less.
get any
And there was
accumulation?
enough to dust the grass
No
and
snowman?
I would need all the snow. I would have need all the snow in the neighborhood to have made a small snowman. That's how disappointed I was in what they were talking about. Because I was
So you
looking
had
for
a
a blizzard.
disappointed snow watch.
Yep. I was looking for a blizzard. But anyway, y'all,
Poor
this has
baby.
been Bar Talk. I'm Brandon T. That's Sharice, and we'll see you later. Peace.